Let's get this party started. You know what time it is. It is Thursday. We are at 8:30 here on the Collab Show live here on Instagram. And we want you guys to take an opportunity right now to please share this live because it's going to be a Juneteenth celebration at SOB's tonight. We are talking all artists. We're talking about the event. We're giving prizes and giveaways. So we want you guys to make sure you share and tag this live with everybody. We've got some hot artists coming to the building. And guess what? I can't have the show without my co-host and my friend, Sherwin Williams from Gospel Music Buzz. So we'll be bringing him in the room just about. He is coming in the room. Let's get it. Let's get it. He is hot. Listen.
What's happening? What's happening, y'all? What's going on?
Listen here. Listen here. It is, we are 30 minutes later than we usually are. But guess what? We are here in the building. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing show tonight. So we're talking all things Juneteenth celebration at SOB Sounds of Brazil's in New York, coming this Monday on June 13th, celebrating Juneteenth. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But Sherwin, you just came in hot in the doorway. Listen, hot in the doorway.
Listen, before we even jump into anything, I know we're gonna start and get into everything, but the swag right now, the glasses, the Juneteenth shirt, the hat. I mean, you killing it. You're killing it. So before anything else, I had to comment on that.
Oh, listen, I got a surprise for somebody tonight. I got a special surprise for somebody tonight.
Nice.
I see you also rocking the gear. Our brand ambassador, Mr. Sherwin Williams, Gospel Music Buzz, is also our brand ambassador for our Indigo inspired gear. That is all things music, all things global. And make sure you guys check out the merch on our Instagram or go to shopindigo.com, where every purchase helps support our well drilling and mission projects around the world. So please, when you buy something, you're supporting what we're doing for the initiative. And I'm telling you, the quality, I'm not going to talk about it. Just go shop, go look, go buy for yourself, buy for your fun. And it's Father's Day. And we know we got some fathers out there. They're tenors and even some bass. We got you covered. We got you covered as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, we can jump into a few quick updates before we get the first two. I mean, I'm excited about tonight for, yes, we're heading into, we're going to be talking about the Juneteenth event and so forth, but tonight is going to be like a new record because, we're going to have several individuals coming on, and basically here's what's going to happen. We're going to be bringing them on two at a time. The first two is going to come in, and think of it almost like speed dating.
Listen.
The first two is going to come in. You're going to get 15, 20 minutes. We're going to get into it. We drop those two. We bring in the next two. We talk for a bit. We drop them. We bring in the next two. I mean, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited about all the things.
Listen,
so, we're not going to.
We actually have a studio audience tonight. We have a studio audience tonight.
Exactly.
I sure would.
No, so
let's talk about what's going on in the industry. Let's go.
Yes. Quick little industry update. So Dante Bowe, Wind Me Up, featuring Anthony B. Amazing song. So I know he just got most added. And what was cool about this, he got most added on R&B radio this week. So, he got most added on R&B. So, the message is getting out there and everyone is gravitating towards it. I also saw Faith City Music, that single, Jesus, #1 in gospel airplay. Again, amazing. Shout out to Faith City on that. And as well as, speaking about collaboration too, James Fortune, the song Voyage with Waka Flocka Flame. Try saying that 10 times fast, even 5. But with Waka Flocka Flame, Voyage, #1 gospel download song. So, shout out to James Fortune and his team and, and even Waka Flocka that collab with him on that. So amazing things is happening. So you guys, really great set of music out there. Make sure you go and you grab those, you download and you stream it. And then in addition to that, coming up, it's all things Stella Awards. So Stella Awards is coming up. But what I like about it is that new twist. And now they're saying, now it's the Stellar Plus. So basically it's going to be, that entire week, the 12th through the 15th, family, family friend focus is going to be done. There's going to be a whole lot of pre-show events. Once you go to the site, Stella Experience, you're going to see everything there. Tons of different events that's going to be happening. I know a few that we're connected with. Urban Soul Cafe honors, as well as the Jordans and the Jersey event. I know Hassan has the Root Magazine gospel photo shoot reunion. I mean, it's way too much to list. It's a whole bunch that's going on. And yeah, we're super excited to be out there, to just be, connecting, meeting folks, connecting with a lot of these events and, being a part of it. So definitely. And then the last thing on that before we start bringing in our guest too is going to be, I know the pre-show that is always quick to sell out. The pre-show for the Stella Awards, those tickets are going on sale tomorrow. Tomorrow, $55 going on sale tomorrow, and those are usually gone in like a few hours. So definitely, carve out some time and jump on and get that. But yeah, we can go ahead and we can bring him in. I think we're ready to jump into this.
Yeah, absolutely. And just make sure everybody knows those stellar events will be happening at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, which I'm now tagging as Hot Vegas. But it's okay, it's right there in July, but it's going to be a cool experience with all the things that are going on within the industry. So it's always great to get together. We haven't seen each other. And I think this, just once again, coming out of COVID again, we get a chance to really just come together. So right now, as we're getting started, hey, folks, first of all, I want to get some shout outs. Ms. Nisi joined in here. Delicia joined in here. Urban Soul Cafe. What would the show be without our mascot coming in the building?
And we just announced this event too. That's funny. You just missed it.
You just missed it, Carlos. You just missed it. But we'll bring it back on again. So right now, coming up, we just want to make sure that you keep it locked in. Make sure you share this live because it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay, so at the top, I'm going to tell it right now because we're going to announce some winners. So SOB, the firm, the whole group is giving away 3 sets of tickets tonight.
Yes, 3 tickets. Yeah.
They're giving, and so the only way you can win it, you will have to go ahead, tag us at Gospel Music Buzz, 3 Z's here on Instagram, as well as Indigo Inspire Lab. Tag both of us, and for your chance to win a pair of those tickets for the Juneteenth celebration at SOB's in New York City. It's going to be a hot time. And the honorees, of course, we have to mention them: Hezekiah Walker, Mita Washington, and Melanie Daniels. This is going to be so crazy. Hosted by Root Magazine's Hassan James, and Brother O will be there to host the event. So you want to make sure you are in the building. All right, so let's get this party started. Shout out to Governor Gibbs, who just came in. So thank you, Governor Gibbs, for keeping us on point. And also, Governor, if you could put the link for the tickets as well, and the information, we'll pin that. So as we're on the show tonight, we can make sure everybody sees that information. All right, so let's get this party started. We have coming up 2 of the artists that will be featuring that night. Let's start with ladies first. Anisa, she's no stranger to the Collab Show. Anisa Fowler is joining us right now. She will be coming into the room, as well as Jason Hendrickson, who is no stranger to us as well. Listen.
Okay. Hey. Come on, Glasses. You better come on now.
This is a real collab situation. Listen.
Why is everyone got on glasses? You know what? I feel kind of left out. Everyone is wearing some glasses. Where's mine? You know what? We're all indoors, but we're gonna rock our glasses. So I mean, you tell me. We're indoors, but let's do this.
Everyone got on hats too.
Let's do it.
It's a hat.
It's a glasses hot thing going on tonight. So everybody, please make sure you share this live before we dive into a celebration, a Juneteenth celebration at SOB Sounds of Brazil in the NYC. Nothing like New York to go ahead and bring the building, but also shout out to Carlos Hale and everyone there from the firm and just putting this event on, and particularly honoring the one and only, the legend himself, Bishop Hezekiah Walker, media legend, Mita Washington, and it goes without saying, Melanie Daniels, who will be there. I mean, come on, guys. But we're talking to these independent artists here, Anisa Fowler and Jason Hendrickson. All Things is in the building, everybody.
Y'all better go
Yeah, yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I think Anisa might have dropped. You might have to add her back.
If you're coming, I think you may be going, but let's go right out. So, Jason, listen, it's so good to have you on the show with us tonight. Yes. So
good to be here.
Let's talk about this night, this evening, this Juneteenth celebration, and just your part in it.
Well, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for a couple of reasons because, traveling all over the country doing what we do is one thing, but when I get to do it home, it's just an amazing thing. And then the fact that we're honoring my mentor that night makes it really special because I'm doing what I'm doing in music ministry because of Bishop Hezekiah Walker. He took me under his wing when I was like 16 years old and just took me around the world, and to now shift into pastoring and to a recording artist and to be able to minister and pour back into him and just let him know how much I appreciate him, how much the world appreciate him. It's really, really amazing.
Anisa, I want to make sure, Anisa, you may have to drop out altogether and come back in because your screen is still there for us. So just drop out completely and then come back in and I'll let you right on in. Yeah.
Oh, that's odd. I don't see her, but I was going to say, oh, no, go ahead.
No. I'm going back to what Jason was saying about just that, you're part of an era of choir music that really changed the landscape of church choirs in general. And so what was it like to be a part of that legacy? Because that really is a legacy.
Yeah, it's amazing. A lot of people don't know, but Bishop Walker was extremely strict, and he had a very high standard for what we were able to do and what we weren't able to do. And he was just a stickler. And I was just talking with some of the musicians about him the other day. I was like, even though he doesn't play, Bishop Walker has one of the most powerful ears for gospel music. When songwriters would come teach a song to us, you would know it's going to be a hit if this is how you knew it was going to be a hit. If he did a reprise in rehearsal and he flipped it and put that Walker swag, that Walker juice on it, I mean, it's crazy. And I mean, for him not to be able to play any instrument, but to have an ear like that, he's one of the great gifts in the kingdom. So it was just amazing for me just to be a part and sit there and watch him. And that's how I learned how to interact with promoters and other artists, all by watching him, not knowing that I would be doing this stuff later on in life. But, it was just an amazing journey.
How many, I'm sorry, go ahead, because I'm going to ask about some classic Hezekiah Walker songs. Go ahead, Richard.
No. I was wanted to first start by also saying that to Jason, congratulations on your Rhythm of Gospel Award. I know you were just at the award show. Congratulations on winning in your category. And you want to just give us a quick, for anyone that might not have seen, what category was that you got nominated in, that you won in, and what was that experience like?
Oh, I was nominated for 7 awards.
Number of perfection. I mean, we were just gonna glaze over that, but go ahead, man of God, go ahead.
Okay. You can preach on that right there, right then and there. Right then.
Go ahead. But go ahead.
We were nominated for 7 and we won 2. I won for Video of the Year for my song Another Chance, and also Urban Male Contemporary Artist of the Year for Another Chance. And the whole experience down there was just great. Because as an independent artist, we hear so many rejections and so many, you're not good enough for this platform. So to actually be amongst people that want to celebrate what we're doing, it was just an amazing journey. And I'm just at a space, guys, where I'm just thankful for everything that was happening for me. That's my response. I'm just really, really thankful that God still puts something in me that people want to hear, because I've been making music independently from 2004 up until now, nonstop. And I'm just now getting on the charts and now winning awards and different things like that. So, I encourage independent artists. It takes a lot of stick-to-itiveness, but if God put it in you, keep going, because it's going to work after a while.
Love that.
You no one. I don't know how many people realize that you are really a very prolific writer. And just I mean, we're not trying to brag, but just throw out a couple songs out there that people probably wouldn't know that you had a hand in writing.
Marvin Sapp, More Than a Conqueror. Marvin Sapp, Wait. Reverend Timothy Wright, I Tried Him and I Know Him. Paul Porter, I'll Praise Him. Wow. Bishop Hezekiah Walker, As God Is the Greatest Power. I wrote the theme song for the church. You know, it's so many. Wow. Angela Veronica, gotta look on my wall. Desiree Coleman Jackson from Mama I Want to Sing. Me and my brother Kenny Black produced and wrote her last album, My Voice Is My Weapon. God's just been good. You know,
So
again, I'm thankful.
that your pen is oily.
As long as we keep guarding it, I'll let you say.
Your pen is oily. The royalties are still coming in. I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know. So as we are getting prepared for this incredible celebration, not just for the honorees, but the day itself, and to celebrate Juneteenth. What are you feeling about that as far as coming on and musically just paying respect and homage to those who came before us?
I think it's paramount that we do that, because if you don't honor where you come from, you won't honor where you're going. And I've learned that whatever seed you sow, you will reap when you become the guy, when you get in the position. So it's very important for me to let Bishop know, let Mita know, because Mita, that's my girl. She looks out for me big time, just giving me instructions and what to do. And Melanie, I love her. I mean, she's one of the greatest. So it's important that we, the next generation, honor, because whatever we do for them, somebody's going to turn around and do for us. So, you know, for me, this is what my whole ministry is about. It's about honoring those, and especially Bishop Walker, because again, I'm doing what I'm doing because I was a little kid from the projects, just like him. You know, and 1 minute I'm standing in front of Cypress Hills projects, then the next minute I'm in front of the Eiffel Tower. Like, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to share his platform with me, and way that happened is just God. So I think it's paramount that we do that and we honor all of those people, because this is Black Music Month, not just Black Gospel Music Month. So I think it's important that we continue to honor those that we're standing on their shoulders.
Absolutely. Anisa, I'm so trying to get you in here. I'm hitting accept your invitation, and I don't know why you are not connecting. Do me a favor, can you just please completely go out of Instagram and come back in again, and let's try to get you in here, because it says you're here, but it will not connect you, and I don't know why that is.
Okay.
That's not on my
Make sure you reboot her phone and try again.
Yes. Let's do that.
And what I was gonna also ask too, Pastor Jason. So you just, I would say maybe a few months ago, you released a new album, Reset. Now, just the title of that album, because for a few times that I've managed to catch you on Facebook Live, or just even from going at an event where you might have closed out in prayer or certain things, like when you're speaking, there's definitely this this connectedness mindset when it comes from from refreshing, from resetting. There is new perspective in things that you've seen just from an industry standpoint. You're definitely vocal enough to share what's happened so others don't stumble into that. But what was that process like? And even naming it Reset, like, what did that even mean for you?
Well, when I was a kid, I come from a really poor background. My family didn't have a lot of money growing up. And so when we were able to afford our first game system, we got Nintendo. And we got Nintendo, I'm talking about the one you had the ball.
I remember that.
Yeah. And if you guys remember, Nintendo was generous enough to give you 2 free games with the. It give you Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. I like Duck Hunt. Really fell in love with Super Mario Brothers. And the objective of Super Mario Brothers, and it was so prophetic, I don't even know if they knew, that you had to go through 8 stages in Super Mario Brothers to rescue a princess that when you got to the 8th board, she was bound up in chains, and it was like she was in hell, and you had to fight a big giant dragon to free her. But what Nintendo knew along your journey, you were going to die. So they put a little button on the console called reset. And if you hit that button, you didn't have to start all over again. It took you right back to where you ended your game at, but you got all your strength back. You got your life back. You got powers back. So when we hit reset, it's not that we have to start again from where we began, but it's that God has given us a new level of strength for this new level. And we know the number 8, which was 8 boards on Super Mario Brothers, number of new beginnings. So I said, man, after coming through this pandemic, after losing so many leaders, everything for us to do is to hit the reset button, because the church didn't die. We lost people, but the church itself is still standing. And I think it's so vital that we take a moment and hit that reset button just to let God know that we are reprioritizing the focal point of the church. Because what started happening, guys, we started seeing people building ministries and monuments to themselves instead of ministries unto the Lord. And God everybody down. And it didn't matter if you had 50,000 or 5 million. Everybody was preaching to a camera, and you and your wife. That was it. So it's kind of hard for your motives not to be purified when you're in that situation. So I think reset was for a couple of things, for us to purify our motives, to refocus the reason why we do what we do, and put Christ back at the center. So that's why I named the album Reset, because that's what I want people to understand. When you hear my music, don't look at Jay, hear God.
That is awesome. You know what came to mind in the Old Testament where it talked about when the ark was captured and they put it next to Dagon, and every time they went in there, it was on his face, and next thing you know, when they came back again, it was on the floor. That's exactly that's what came to mind. But because everything else next to God cannot stand.
Can't stand.
Well, guess what? I want to make sure that we know how to get in contact with you. So let our viewers know how to follow on all your social media platforms, and we're going to try to bring Anisa in. Hopefully, we can get her in right at the tail end of your social media channel.
You can get me everywhere at Jason Hendrickson, Twitter, Jason Hendrickson, all social media. Just put in Jason Hendrickson, and if it's okay with you guys, I want to give a shout out to the other artists that are performing. This is critical for me because I worked very closely with Melvin's mom and dad. First album, Tanisha and Melvin were on my first album, and then when Melvin did his album with Testimony, he flew me in to host the recording, and Melvin said, "Oh yeah, the last 2 songs you're leading, no rehearsal, nothing." And it be 2 classic Bishop Hezekiah Walker songs, "Jesus Is My Help" and "Let the Redeemer of the Lord." So I'm just honored to share the stage with him, and I absolutely love Anisa. She's so dope. So dope.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for having me tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
So
and let the people know again, Pastor, they need to get their tickets. They need to get their tickets. Sean also got a few tickets as well too. You know, you guys, is the pinned message right there. Check out the pinned message. Sean got some tickets. The people need to get their tickets. Make sure you let them know that they got to pull up.
We're gonna have a great time, y'all. You don't want to miss it.
Absolutely.
All good.
Thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
one, Pat.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you so much. So right now we're going to try and see if we can get Anisa. Are you here, dear? Let's see. Let's give it a shot. I'm accepting it. Anisa, so while you're still trying to come in, let's get the information right here. It's already pinned in the comments. Tickets. There we go. There we go.
I don't know
Oh,
what was going on. That was
the-
crazy.
Wait. Was the pastor blocking your blessing?
Listen,
What was happening?
listen.
Wait.
I'm gonna need to call him and find out what prayer he prayed to make sure that I wasn't sharing with him. I didn't like that.
Oh, that's just not right.
It's not right.
You know what? Oh,
not
but
right.
guess what?
He did say he loved you.
He
He
did.
did say he loved
He
you,
did.
and you're dope. You know, he makes sure he said he loved you. You're dope. So definitely. What we can do, even if we bring you on now, once you come off and we bring back in Melvin and Samaje, we can also bring you back in after as well too, in between, because we'll definitely still have other. He's laughing. We'll definitely.
I'm sorry, Queen. I'm sorry, Queen.
But no, and Anisa, listen, man, you I think the last time I saw you, it might have been either at your live event or either at Smokey Norfolk's event, one of those two, when I saw you there. But you released your new EP, you just kind of hit the ground running, you kept going, and you just recently released a new fire, if I might add so myself,
I wish I had
single.
I don't smoke.
Listen, featuring D1.
Yes.
I mean, Jesus, all the way. I mean, if they just
First
think
of all,
Anisa,
you gotta say it with thug hands. You can't just say it like that. Jesus all the way. It's gotta be thug hands.
I'm with it. You see, y'all can't put her in a box, all right? Y'all think she's just gonna be out here worshiping. She's gonna flip it for y'all. She's gonna flip it up, but nah,
she is
multi-talented.
She is multi-talented. Anisa, listen. So, okay, he touched on the Smokey Norfolk event, and we're going to talk about, your participation in this event coming up for a Juneteenth celebration at SOB's Sounds of Brazil in New York City. And but we got to go back to that, because when I saw you live with Smokey Norfolk, and the way you came out there, first of all, you look stunning. You always look amazing.
Thank you.
Always look amazing. And shout out to stylist Yanette Odessa, who is
Yes,
always the master of fashion. And the way you came and set the atmosphere for Smokey Norfolk, what was that like? I'm sure was there some nerves, but did you understand that assignment was definitely meant for you to set the atmosphere in that room? I mean, City Winery, New York City, turned into a worship event. It really did.
Yes. You know that if I consider that my assignment no matter what. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because Smokey, it's Smokey.
Yes,
but
yes.
I'm always absolutely 100% certain that if I show up with an open heart and that I worship, that God almost kind of has no other choice but to show up, because his word promises us that he's going to inhabit in the praises of his people, and that he's seeking those that's worshiping him in spirit and in truth. So when I open my mouth, it's always, God, this is the truth of who I am, and I want to focus on you. And when I do that sincerely, I know that he's going to show up. And it really was a moment. In spite of all the glitches and things that were happening that night, it was still a powerful moment.
Yeah.
And I believe that song in particular that opened up that worship wind covered, it just does something. That song is anointed.
Yeah.
And I don't say it just because I sing it, but the song really is anointed. And that message of covering, this world needs it. They're desperately crying out for it. So shouting that out in that moment was absolutely powerful. And I'm grateful to God that he showed up.
Well, he showed up, and believe me, it's the vessel he used, who was open to be used, that helped to set the atmosphere in that room. So we are really so excited to have you be a part of a Juneteenth celebration at SOB's in New York. So we are going to come back with you in a few minutes and talk some more about your participation in that program, because right now what we're going to do is, we're going to do some giveaways. We're going to do some giveaways.
That's right.
So Anisa, we will see you in a few minutes, and we'll bring you back into the room.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
See you.
All right.
All right. So we had the room. I was checking out your message. We had in the room, we see Melanie. She's in here, Melanie Daniels. I saw her in the room. Thank you so much for being here. And we are so excited to be able to talk with you in a few minutes. And right now, we're going to talk about the tickets and we're going to do a giveaway. So we had a couple people who already tagged us when we first put the post up a couple days ago. So for your opportunity to win a set of those tickets, and we're going to announce them tonight before the end of the show or at the end of the show, who won a couple of tickets tonight. So we want to make sure that you tag Gospel Music Buzz 3Z's as well as Indigo Inspire right here on Instagram. And tickets are also available right now. They are available right now. Tickets are being sold at $35 VIP with seating and $25 general admission. And you can cash out with no additional fees. They have tickets in hand ready for you to put your name on the envelope. Please cash out Governor Gibbs, capital G, Governor Gibbs at Cash App, and you will be able to lock in your tickets tonight. And so make sure you say how many tickets you're paying for, and they will be waiting at the door at the roll call for you when you arrive. So also, we have a prize that we're going to do real quickly. So Sherwin mentioned the shirt. So this is a Juneteenth shirt. We're going to talk about that and give that away as we continue with the program. So right now, we are going to bring in, he is ready for us. We were waiting for him. I see him coming in the room. Let us all usher in and give a shout out to the one and only. Oh, there he is.
Hello, hello.
What's happening? What's happening, man of God?
doing?
What's happening? We got Samaje too.
Oh my, it's convocation time.
I heard. We're gonna make it quick.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm glad to be here. Oh, we're so glad to have you here. We're so glad to have you here as the feature artist for that night at its Juneteenth celebration at SOBs in the NYC, honoring Bishop Hezekiah Walker, Meta Washington, and Melanie Daniels. So, I mean, Melanie, just tell us, what is this going to be like for you? Because you've also got some things happening next week too.
Yes, I am super, super excited. Never thought that this would be a thing for me, but to be able to not only perform and minister at SOB, but give tribute and give honor to gospel legends, Melanie Daniels, Hezekiah Walker Brown. It is going to be an absolute honor, and I couldn't be more excited. I can't wait for it. So I'm very, very excited about it.
Awesome. Good show.
And we're definitely excited that you're gonna be in the building, especially knowing that what's happening at midnight right now. So in case the people didn't know, they're gonna be getting some fresh songs, not just songs they might have heard before, but tell us, just for anyone that might have been living under a rock, what's happening at midnight and what can the people expect on Monday?
Yes, well, ladies and gentlemen, at midnight tonight, I am so excited and happy to announce that my brand new live album entitled No Failure will be available on all platforms. I am just elated. I am so
Let's show some hearts, people. Let's show
coming.
some hearts, Lord.
But we're here.
What is the feeling like? What are you feeling right now, knowing you're hours away from this project that you've been sitting on, you've been marinating on? Like, what's going through your mind right now?
I got to be honest, some nerves, but out of it all, excitement and gratitude. It's been a long journey for this album. A lot of things, happened really fast with this album, but it came together. I think God allowed everything to come together the way that it was supposed to come together. And I believe that that night, his glory fell and he used the glory that was inside of us to minister to the world. So I'm excited for the world to hear the experience that took place that night. And I cannot wait for it to bless the nations. So yes, I am super excited because No Failure is out at midnight. Oh my God.
First of all, Mel, I gotta tell you, that cover is fire.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Chris Kavanaugh, a great, wonderful photographer. He's amazing.
Yeah, that album cover is just beastly. So definitely give you a shout out on that. And I gotta give you a shout out on your twist on God Is. I said,
thank
come
you
on here.
so much.
You took a classic and flipped that thing upside down, and the church ain't ready, But y'all better get ready because that
Listen,
album
I'm grateful to have been able to do God Is. There was a young lady, a good friend of mine named Bettina Wilson out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, who was the original arranger of this version of God Is. So, you know, I was definitely excited to have been able to record what I've witnessed so many years ago. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
Oh, well, we're excited about it. And I know we're going to ask, give Sharon an opportunity to ask one more question because we know you do have to go back. So I'm going to leave it open for Sharon right now.
Yes, again, thank you so much, Melvin, for coming in, for, you know, for hanging with us. We know you're in the middle of a lot of things right now, but release week, you're going to be in New York. You're going to be there with us performing some of the new songs. Let the people know right now they need to be in the building. Just let them know before you go. They need to be in the building. They got to buy their tickets and they got to show up.
Well, like the old people say, if you're not there, you're square. So be there or be square. But no, I am super excited. Y'all need to make sure y'all get. You do not want to forget, not just myself, but there are many others that will be there to minister, and I cannot wait to experience them as well. Can't wait to meet you all, be able to shake your hand, you know, meet you, learn your name, say hi, give you a hug, whatever it may be. But I'm super excited. Make sure you are there, New York, for sure.
Listen, okay, so I'm gonna predict this trio event. I don't know how it's gonna happen, whatever. You, Zacardi Cortez, and Ernest Pugh, because your tenors is out of the box.
Oh Lord Jesus. Well, listen, I will say this: I'm ready, and I'm waiting on them. So as soon as they're ready, I'm ready.
That's it.
That's a challenge. I think I heard a challenge.
Melvin, thank you so much. We know you got to run. Thank you so much for popping in. We can't wait to see you on Monday. Y'all make sure you show up. But also, midnight, y'all, get the new project. No failure. Y'all, listen. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Melvin, thank you so much, brother. Can't wait to see you on Monday.
Thank you guys so much for having me, and I cannot wait to see you guys.
Okay, right. Thank you so much, Melvin.
Get easy.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to bring Anisa back into the room, and we're going to continue with her. Yeah, we're going to continue with her. Melvin was on such a tight schedule, and we're so thankful that he was able to come and join us and say hi to you guys. So make sure you be prepared for that. So let's talk about first of all the cover of the project. Okay, you want a whole different art nouveau kind of situation. But musically, I mean, you really put you in another realm of just really showing your gifts and the way that you have to just to execute. So let's talk about what it took, because I know a little bit of the backstory, because even when you were doing the recording, you had a major thing that almost like took you, just really disappointed you majorly. But the fact that you came back in, you did it again, and now here you are seeing the fruits of that labor, and still so many much fruits to come. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy, but I think that knowing the word helps to encourage me when things go crazy, because the word tells us that all things work together for good to them that love God. So that crazy hiccup that happened during the process of the EP, insane, but God turned it around for my good. I was able to literally have like a whole dress rehearsal with an audience and all of that to be able to accomplish it. So the second time it was that much better. And we're going to be releasing Anisa, the next chapter, live. So that's going to be super dope. Super excited about that. But God is just, I cannot be let down, because every time I turn around, he's blowing my mind again.
Oh, that's a
so
lyric. That was a lyric right there. You just did a live lyric.
Write that down. Write that down.
Let's go back. Let's go back, and we'll make sure we keep the recording.
For sure.
Yeah, but he really, I mean, he is awesome, and I'm so excited. So the shift for this, the reality is, I feel I feel that we all of who we are, and sometimes in this world, in this industry, even on social media, there's this idea that you have to niche down. You've got to be one thing, and I'm like, absolutely not. My creator is so creative, and I can be more than one thing. And so I just pulled out the side of me and was like, let's do this. I mean, Jesus all the way.
She basically saying she tapped into her inner gangster, y'all. So y'all trying to step to her, y'all better step correct. Because Anisa's out here with these hands, you know what I mean? These gangster hands.
Listen,
And you know,
listen.
but at the same time, I have to be true to the fact that I'm a Christian first. So no matter what I got on, no matter what how the beat is dropping, it's really about Jesus every day, all the way. And so we were really committed to the lyrical content being sound and being true to what I believe and what I really want to stand for.
Awesome. Let's talk about this coming Monday. You're on, an amazing lineup. Jason Hendrickson, Melvin Crispell, and Anisa Fowler is on here honoring Hezekiah Walker, Mita Washington, and Melanie Daniels. And so what are you thinking as you prepare for that night?
First, I'm thinking, but how? This is what I'm saying, but how? But again, every time I turn around, he just keeps blowing my mind. So I'm really honored to be sharing the platform with so many amazing artists. I feel a little bit like I got an edge because I'm the only female. Come on, ladies. So I'm excited about that. But I just want to share what it is that God has given to me. I want to experience the ministry of all of these other artists as well, and to be able to honor Melanie Daniels. I mean, this is the vocalist of all vocalists. There is no other vocalist on this side of heaven that can even go toe to toe with Melanie Daniels. So I am super excited. And she was in the room and we did Smokey Norfolk. She was there. She's such a supporter of New York. She's such a supporter of artists. And so I'm honored to be a part of the process to support her. Hezekiah Walker, come on. I'm like, Hez, can we do a song together? Okay. I want to be in front of the choir. I'm excited about that. And Melvin Crispell,
you spoke it. It's out there. You spoke it. It's out there.
That's it. I'm telling you, whatever I'm saying, God is doing. So I'm going to just keep saying it and wait till he does it.
Awesome. Go ahead, Sharon.
No, I was gonna say, I know, we're probably coming up, but I was gonna say, Anisa, aside all jokes and fun aside, but you definitely also tapped into just, speaking and teaching of the word in a much more, I would say, in a much more committed way, I would say publicly, let me say the word publicly, because, you've been going live, you've been doing the Bible studies, you've been kind of, really going through that. So personally, the ones that I've been able, to jump onto and so forth, definitely is good to see that. It's good to see young individuals that are passionate about the word, not just about, just about singing and about the stage and all that. So, 100%, I just wanted to congratulate you and just personally say, hey, what you're doing right there. I know I joke around and I call you, prophetess and all this on the side, but real talk, that's powerful what you're doing. Continue to do that. Continue to, just like you said, you don't have to stay in one thing. You can do all things. You can do many things. And I'm super excited to seeing you on Monday at the Juneteenth Celebration event. Can't wait to see you hit the stage. Thanks again.
Thank you. Y'all go get your tickets.
Yes.
We're getting those tickets right now. And speaking of tickets, you have an opportunity to win a pair of tickets for a Juneteenth celebration here on Instagram. Please make sure you tag Indigo Inspired Live as well as Gospel Music Buzz 3 Z's and tag us in there. But also, we want to make sure you purchase your tickets. Please, they're ready for you right now. They're sold at the VIP is $35 and general admission is $25. And you can cash app Governor Gibbs right now, and your tickets will be waiting for you at the will call desk when you arrive there at SOB's in the NYC. Thank you so much, Anisa. We will see you soon.
Thank you, Anisa.
Thank you, guys. Love you. Bye.
Love you.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye. All right. So what we're going to do right now, I think we're waiting for Melanie to come in the room because she is one of the honorees.
Well, and I think before we bring on Melanie and Mita, I think we still have before we bring on Mita and Melanie, we still have Samaje to bring in. Okay, I think I saw him in the room. I saw him.
Samaje, are you here? I want
I
to
saw
make
him
sure
when
I
he
bring you.
popped in. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we got to
yeah.
bring him in just before we go to Mita and Melanie.
Okay, so let's see if I can get him in. But while we're doing that right now, so one of the other prizes that we are giving away, which Sherwin made mention of, actually the T-shirt that I'm wearing is a one of a kind for Juneteenth, but also celebrates Black Music Month with all from soprano to bass. It's 1865 on the shirt, and I'm going to try and see if you can see it. Look at this. All right.
It's fire.
It comes in black and white. It celebrates Black Music Month and Juneteenth, and you have an opportunity to win one of these shirts. In care, and Indigo Inspire wanted to give a little something tonight too. So if you also want to be able to win this shirt, please tag me or tag Indigo Inspire, not live, but Indigo Inspire on our IG, and we will select a winner, and you'll be able to pick up your shirt at the Juneteenth celebration at SOB in NYC. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sherwin, do you see him?
Yeah, I'm asking to
I am
send the
Samaje.
request. I know I saw when he popped in first. I don't see him right now, but I saw when he popped in first. I think I saw both Melanie and Mita. So if they're both in, I guess we can bring them in and then we can come back to him after.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Oh, he's here. He's here. There we go. All right. Should be coming into the room any second now. Here we go. How are you?
Hey, what's happening, brother? How are you?
Hey, y'all all right?
We are good. We are good. We are so good. Thank you so much for being here on the Collab Show with myself, Patrice, and Sherwin here on, in Gospel Music Buzz and Indigo Inspire. And you are part of the lineup, that fire lineup, a Juneteenth celebration at SOBs in the NYC.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Let's talk about you're participating in this program.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about it and your feelings about Juneteenth celebration in general?
Well, I'm super excited to be a part. For those who don't know me, my name is Samaje. I'm super excited about being a part of the Juneteenth event. It's always a celebration to celebrate our heritage and celebrate what we're free from. And also the best thing about it is we're doing it celebrating God with gospel music. Gospel music is super amazing. So many incredible people from Melvin Crispell to the rest of the honorees, from Mita Washington. Shout out to her. She's the greatest of all time. I love our auntie Mita. She's just incredible. And of course, Melanie Daniels, we've all watched her on YouTube and studied all of that range. There's so many great people. Hezekiah Walker being honored. I'm just grateful. A little kid from, I'm not a little kid, I'm 30 now, but a young guy from Detroit, Michigan, who was coming to New York City to spread the gospel. I'm super excited about this event at this legendary venue, SOBs. It's such an honor. It's such a privilege just to be here and come together with the rest of these incredible minstrels and artists to make one sound. We all celebrating together. I can't wait to see everybody sing and us coming together and make God big. God is so dope. Just like everybody's celebrating the Beyonce and the Renaissance tour, we're celebrating Juneteenth just as big. God is that big and that amazing.
Come on.
I'm super excited.
Bigger, because it wouldn't be those artists unless we have a history that we need to celebrate.
Correct.
And so it is so great to be able to do that and keep remembering that the fact that we've come a long way, but we still got a ways to go. And so it keeps us right in the forefront of not forgetting where we came from and honoring in excellence those who laid their lives down for us. So we're excited about that. So as you are ministering that night, what can people expect to see?
I'm super excited. I'll be singing. You know what? Let me give a shout out to New York. I was just on the phone with the label earlier this week, and New York is one of my biggest markets when I'm reading stats. So I'm super excited about New York, but I'll be singing my new music, some oldies but goodies. Of course, I'm doing some covers. And so I'm just super excited just to get to New York and sing this good music. I have my debut album that I'm be coming out later this year, and I'll be singing some songs. First time ever at SOBs on Monday. So it's going to be super amazing, y'all. This music is so amazing. My producer is actually from New York, B Bearded, Shawan. And we created some amazing gospel music. Gospel music is the best genre, and we are giving it to the people the way that God has given it to us. And so y'all got to get y'all tickets. Get your tickets. I'm telling you in for a treat. Gospel music, what Kurt Franklin say? If you ain't never heard gospel music, what's this tagline? Oh, you think gospel music is too far?
Too far? Okay.
Listen,
You
gospel
don't
music is
know.
going far.
You know.
You think it went far? It's going all the way. And I just believe in that. God is big, y'all. And so, yes, I brag about gospel music. We are it. Like, we're together. We're speaking about this God who's just amazing. So I can't wait to kick it with y'all in New York, celebrate the honorees, say hi to everybody, sing, and let's have a good time praising the Lord. I'm an old culture boy, so I can't wait to put my hands together.
I love it, but even before you drop out, I wanted to ask, because I think the first time I saw you, I met you in person, it was I believe it was at Doe's event, because you were at City Winery at Doe's. Yes, you were at City Winery, Doe. I met you that night for the first time. Definitely got to, saw you live, performed live, and there was a very different, I would say, authentic, different style. There was like a different flow that comes out. And the one thing I always love to see, because again, when artists are just embracing their authenticity, even though a lot of times, following algorithms, following trends may seem like it can get you farther, but just embracing being authentic, like how do you pretty much, stay in your lane, knowing what you're called for and doing what you're called to do and not getting sidetracked by everything else?
Yes, you know what? As a kid, what my parents always brought me up was, I only can be me. I can't be the best being number two, but I can always be the best being number one, because there's only one of me. And so I take pride in being number one. When you think about the Winans, they were them. Think about the Clark sisters, they were them. Mary was them. And though they had all these other counterparts that was doing them and they were big, they owned who they were and they did it boldly. And that's the way I believe that God has given us. The Bible says that God has not given us fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. I have the power. I have the love that God has given me. And so therefore, when I get on that stage, I say, listen, I ain't about to give y'all Daryl Coley. I ain't about to give y'all James Morty or some of my favorite singers. But what I can give you is Samaje and be great in that. And that does not come from a place of arrogance, but it comes from a place of don't insult God by saying, what I've given you was not good enough, so I had to go be a carbon copy of what he given somebody else.
Listen, say that again,
a big
sir.
God that everybody has something special about film. And so when I get on that stage, I realize, God, you giving me this. I'm a representative of yours. I only can give it the way that I can give it. Be bold and get on stage. And I realize I might not be for everybody, but one thing I know, I am for God. I'm going to make sure I give this to the people the way God is giving it to me.
Listen.
So I'm real bold.
I need a cash app.
All right, yo. Samaje. Listen, brother, we're excited, man. We were excited to see you on Monday. Definitely SOB's Juneteenth celebration. We can't wait to see you there. Definitely. I mean, listen, let the people know why they gotta get their tickets, man. Just in case they didn't hear when we said it earlier, tell the people to go grab their tickets, man.
You got to get your tickets. Number one, we got a celebration, and ain't no celebration without you. Everybody's important. We need you in the building. We want it to be so packed that we got to tell people you ain't gonna be able to come in. But New York, I'm coming. I want you to be there. Melvin Crispell is coming. The one and only is it Anisa? Anisa will be in the building, and everybody else. You got to be here. Hezekiah Walker, come on, man, a legend. The one and only Melanie Daniels, a legend, and Auntie Mita Washington, we got to be here to support her. You got to get these tickets, y'all. I'm telling you, what's $25? You can't even get a good meal for $25. But you get all this good gospel singing, and I mean, they about to sing the house down on a Monday night celebrating. You got to be in the building, because what I don't want you to do is see all these videos thrown around and been like, man, I should have been there. Well, you got your opportune time right now to get your tickets. $35 VIP if you want to be up close to nobody and you want to be comfortable and not sweating. Get your VIP. If you want to just sit in the back and chill, it's $25. Support gospel music. And I do want to talk about that really quick. Guys, we have to put money behind gospel music. We got to. Beyonce can go sell tickets $300, and you figure out how you going to scrape that money. You don't even think twice about it. Let's have that same energy for gospel music. I promise you, $25 for all of this. Just talking to y'all alone, y'all worth $1 million being on this call with y'all. So we got to make sure we're building the kingdom. We got to make sure we're building the kingdom. And the way we build the kingdom is doing it together and supporting events like this. So make sure you share, get your tickets, bring your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your auntie, everybody. We're going to be in
Cause you
that
all
like
out.
sardines, giving God a big praise. Is that all right?
Love it, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We'll see you Monday. God
All
bless.
right. See you on Monday, man. Take it
All
easy.
right.
So, we've been talking about them from the beginning, from the top of the hour. The honorees themselves. Now, we couldn't get Hezekiah Walker tonight, the bishop himself, because he is on another assignment. But we do have joining us two of the queens that will be with that night, Mita Washington, Melanie Daniels, and we are ready to go ahead and just make this do what it does. So I think I saw Mita. If you could just...
Yeah, I think Mita is here, and I believe Melanie as well.
There she is.
Oh, yep, there you go, Melanie.
Yep, there we go. And Mita, where are you? Here we go. Let's get the ladies in here. Ah! Wait.
Good night today.
Good night. Mita, what up?
Listen, being acknowledged as a queen, how could I not show up and be with my girl?
Come on now.
Wait, let me get my wave together.
Yes, we got it.
The
We got
queen
it,
wave.
Melanie. We got it.
Listen, first of all, I need something here. Hold on. I need to be able to have some kind of screenshot of something, because this is historic. You know, I'll screenshot it after because we leaving the whole thing up. First of all, let me clear my throat. Because Melanie is in the building and I ain't got nothing. But no, it's so great. Mita, you are the queen, the media. You're just the GOAT. And the fact that you ladies are getting your flowers, okay? The fact that you're getting your flowers in this way on a day that is really about celebrating our people and the freedom of our people. Tell me, what is that like? I'm gonna start with Melanie first, and we'll go with Mita.
Yeah. Well, this being Black Music Month and being celebrated on Juneteenth is something very, 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 very special. Because it actually was supposed to have happened 2 years prior to the original date, 1865. They were freed in 1863, and some of the people didn't get the message until 2 years later. So I'm so glad that America has recognized a small portion of the things that they need to recognize about how we have contributed to the culture of the United States as a whole. And it being Black Music Month is very, very, my 48% is strong. You hear what I'm saying?
Listen.
I did the ancestry thing. They said 52% European, 48% African. So I'm like, I'm sticking with my 48%. There's my people.
There you go. There you go.
It's just an honor to be a part of that, because God has graced me to be a part of so many historic things in Black music, and I'm grateful to be celebrated. You know, people are paying attention, and for so many years I just kept my head down and kept working. I don't think of anybody looking at me or following me or following what I've done in my career. I'm just working out here. I'm being a worker bee. I'm doing what God has told me to do. I'm using what God has given me to use. So to God be all that glory. But it's really, really cool, and it's heartwarming to be recognized in this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Mita,
Well,
you.
Don't expect no singing from me, but I'm gonna use my voice to do what I do.
Yeah.
I was just so flattered, so honored, because people don't have to recognize you for doing what you do. And you don't necessarily have to be recognized to do what God has called you to do.
Right.
So both of those things together, are coming together in such a historic way. I mean, sharing stage and being there with Melody and Hez, who I have listened to forever. This is like a dream come true. And Juneteenth, it's a special celebration. It's so funny, Sherwin and I were talking recently, because we come from a different kind of experience. Well, you got Caribbean that's in the middle of South America. He's Guyanese, but my family, and we did not know what Juneteenth was for the longest time. I did not know. I say that care what it was, what it stood for, until I started working with my coworker that was from Texas. So, now I could really appreciate what it is, what it stands for, and collectively for our people, what it means for us to be able, to have that solidarity and freedom.
Yeah, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Go ahead, Sharon.
Well, first and foremost, again, congratulations on being honorees, Mita as well as Melanie, and it's so cool too as well because we got both M's, right? We got the M and the M here, so that's pretty cool in it of itself. But I was listening to Bishop Jake's new book the other day, and he said doors lead to bigger room and you can't get stuck at the door. And both of you have, you've walked through and helped others to enter, many large rooms in your career. What are some lessons that you've learned as it relates to, what are some lessons you've learned as it relates to relationship and business and just living out your purpose? And you can start with Mita and then we can go to Melvin.
Okay, relationships and business and living out my purpose. Relationships are the fiber of everything that we do. We are not, the word says that God made us and not we ourselves. It's the same way in business. We have not made ourselves to be where we are on these platforms. I thank the people, I thank the supporters, I thank everybody that had confidence, the things that I'm doing, for bringing me to where I am today. Business, it's a business that we're in. I don't fool myself to believe that, we're just saying, oh, hallelujah. It is a business. And you have to deal with integrity when you are representing God and being in his business. And, that's just something that I don't take lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, godly integrity.
What about you, Melanie?
Character. Say that again?
No, go ahead.
I was saying that godly integrity and godly character are the things that will get you through the door of the room, and keep you in the room. If you operate in pride, if you operate in self, if you operate in arrogance, those are the things, even though you're gifted and you're talented to do what you do, those things will kick you out of the room. And relationship intertwined with that, like Mita was saying, is the fiber of it.
Yeah.
If you cut or burn the bridges of the relationship, your gift and your talent mean nothing. And you'll be kicked out of the room because I operate, there's a scripture that says with loving kindness has God drawn us.
Yeah.
And my mother used to say this saying all the time, you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Right.
And just meeting people where they are, the way that Jesus describes it, you get or the way that the writer Paul had described it. He said in every situation he had to meet the people where they were and become like them or be the thing that the answer to whatever their issue was. So God, Holy Spirit from a download can give you what you need to work in certain rooms. There'll be things that we've done. I'm pretty sure you can witness to this, Mita, that there are things that you've gotten into the room is like, I don't know how to do that, but the Holy Spirit will drop it down on you and you receive a download in order to be able to be an expert at it in that moment. Because that's the way God uses us and the way he gives us the information that we need in certain situations.
Yeah. That comes from having a posture of being a teacher, having a teachable heart and being plied with the Holy Spirit.
Absolutely. Remain teachable. You will always be relevant.
Yes.
You will always be relevant because God is never out of season.
Right.
Never.
That's right.
And he's never out of fresh oil.
Yep.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the talent that's going to be out there that night.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait.
And Anisa, oh my goodness, I am so excited, and Melvin, and wow, it's just going to be amazing. Of course, Hez is not here. That's my birthday twin right there. That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing night. We want you guys, please, to make sure you get your tickets. And it's not just about the honorees, but it's coming together as a collective people.
Right.
And I want to celebrating, but commemorating a part of our history
Right.
Yeah.
and keeping it relevant so that we will never forget where we came from, and we still have a ways to go, but we're still moving forward no matter what. They keep trying to get us off to the right or to the left, but as long as we keep our eyes on the prize,
Yep.
we keep going through, as Melly said, through open doors.
Yep.
Through open doors.
And Patrice, let me say this. You know, Samaje, I heard him say something about, you know, folks going out and getting their Renaissance, Beyonce. You know, why is gospel the only genre that has to beg for people to come out?
Wow.
I'm a
Beg for people to come out,
right.
and then if you do it for free,
I'll go put that thing right on out there, because you know I constantly feel struggle to have our people come out to the venues, but they'll pay $200-300 for a seat all the way up in the you know,
rafters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, to see who they think
and will
is
come to what else they do. They will come to the door and ask for is there a list? Can I get on the list?
Can I get in? So, you know, I always tell people all the time, I said, you know, if you don't come out and support gospel, it's going to go right back to where it came from. You can only find it in churches, and then good luck then, because, you know, the churches ain't open anymore since the pandemic. Some of those doors never did open back up. So let's come out and support our artists. It's not a competition. You know, we're here to support each other. And, you know, we can't do it without you. And, you know, we don't want you to do it without us.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, I need that website again, because I want that T-shirt. I'm buying mine. Get my T-shirt when I get there Monday.
Oh, well, listen. Okay, just send me a DM on Indigo Inspire, the Instagram. You'll see it. Just put your information in there, and I got you.
Okay.
And how about SOB.com? Because I've been explaining that to folks on air, that sounds with Sounds of Brazil. You know, we ain't talking about nothing else but that. That's the place to get your tickets. And you know, VIP, whether you got to be in the back, it's not that far back.
It's not.
You know, just
It's not. Yeah.
It's not, and it's not a bad seat in the house.
It's not. There really is.
That's
Unless
true.
you're in that little cove by the stairway, you're good.
And even if it's a bad spot, because VIPs.
But you can stand up and walk around.
That's right.
Okay. So I may date myself a little bit, Melanie. Oh, don't worry about the code, because some of us used to have parties in the basement with one red light. I'm just saying. I wasn't there. I heard. But I'm just
I
saying.
was there.
Just saying.
So, likewise.
I wasn't able to know what was going on, but I knew that there was a red light.
And Melody says she was there. We don't want to know. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Look, I was probably there singing. So hey,
come on now.
Mercy. So everybody, listen. If you don't want to get your tickets online and pay the extra fee, but you want the ticket without the fee, you can grab your tickets right now. You can Cash App Governor Gibbs, $35 VIP, no extra fee, $25, no extra fee. You can just go ahead and send them the Cash App, how many tickets, pay for those tickets, and they'll be waiting for you at the on-call table at SOB's Sounds of Brazil in the NYC. So you got to be there. Let's come together. Let's celebrate together, celebrate our heritage, the heritage of gospel music, keeping gospel music relevant and alive, because gospel music is really the best music in the world.
Come on.
And how about
it's the only one that speaks life.
You can get yourself a meal, everybody. Let's not sleep on that thing there. You can come on out and make a whole night of it. It's not even like you got to eat at home.
Yeah, their food is very good.
Or stop at Taco Bell. You can get you a meal and whatever else you want to have with it. I ain't judging nobody. Do your thing.
Whatever you're like.
You're all grown adults.
Enjoy
if you want to something from Club Cana, that's on you. That's, you know, I got nothing to say, but just come on out.
Just show up. Just show up.
Just show up. Well, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time out to be here with us tonight. So as we celebrate you in preparation for the bigger celebration on Monday, but the bigger celebration is God is so honored by your consistency and your posture of humility for him and service for him in the places where he put you in the vineyard. So abundant blessings to you, ladies. It's so good to see queens out here doing it and doing it well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bob.
You're
I
so
appreciate
welcome.
you. Glad to be a part of this, and honored to be chosen to be honored.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see y'all in person, live.
because I might start weeping and wailing.
Well, don't worry.
I-
You know what? Because you said that, I'll bring some tissues and put them right there, right in front of you at the table. There you go.
And
There you
I'll
go.
have my phone, Mina. I'll have my
No,
phone
look at it.
recording. It's okay.
See. That's not right. Anyway, that's your buddy. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ladies,
Thank y'all so much.
Have
Yes,
a
thank you
wonderful,
so
wonderful
much.
night. Thank you so much.
Good night.
All right, everybody, we're going to prepare to do, remind you once again about how to get these tickets. You can go to events at SOBs, I think it's .com, but right now you can get your tickets at no fee. Right now, with your name on an envelope, you can go to Cash App, Governor Gibbs, to get your tickets, $35 VIP and $25 general admission. We want to pack this place out and let people know gospel music is not only still live, but we are changing the narrative of how gospel music is presented. Absolutely. So right now, we want to make
and we
sure
still want you, as I was going to say as well, we still want you to still keep sharing the flyer and tagging, whether we give, I know you want to go into the giveaways. We still have, I know we have the 3 tickets. We're going to be giving away to people that have been posting and have been tagging us. We're definitely going to be doing that going into it. And also, do you want to give one? Do you want to do one this evening? Or you wanted to do with the other